for Notre Dame picked up a little bit in the second half, but in the first half, it seems like you guys did a really good job. Are you making progress in that area?
I think we are. You know, obviously, like you said, we want to be more consistent there in the second half and try and get ahead of the chains so that we can create a predictable pass situation and get into some of our good stuff in the pass rush from a D-line standpoint. But there's some things to build on in the first half, without a doubt. Obviously, we're all disappointed in how the game ended up, but there are things when you really look at the film that you can build on, and there's obviously things you got to correct.
It seems like Sam continues to just get better each week. Is there any temptation to maybe get him into the starting lineup, or is it just you're getting enough from the guys ahead of him right now for them to maintain their job?
Sure, and you see the sack. You see the sack the week before. Obviously, it plays into every single play, production and performance. He's doing a great job, and he's getting more reps because of it.
I think I was looking today. I think Dayon's the only D lineman who started every game this season. What goes into that? Is that week of practice, production the previous week?
It is. It's a combination of all there is, and like I said, the game day performance, the practice performance, and all those things come into play. I mean, off-field things come into play. So he's done a nice job, and really so have the other guys. Nate started a lot of games. Bam started several. Bam had a nice bounce back after he struggled with a few things a couple weeks prior. So there's, again, we want to do more than we were able to do on Saturday, but there are things I can build on from multiple guys.
When you say off-field stuff, is that just, like going to class?
So there's 4 things that it takes to play for me. This will forever be what it is. I have to trust you, which includes on and off the field. You have to minimize mental errors on the field. You have to produce, and you have to use technique that we talk about. All those things tie into equally, like spokes of a wheel, what it takes to play and how much you play for me.
How difficult is it in a situation like you have to keep guys interested?
Well, I think it's a matter of there's a lot of personal goals. There's a lot of it's the thing about athletics is this is the next week. It's kind of what we taught. I don't want to repeat what I said last week, but you have to learn from the film. There's a lot of things, obviously, that we need to do better on all sides of the ball, and certainly defensively and as a D-line. And that's what we're working on this week. And to the kids' credit, they came out and they worked their tails off today at practice, and I'm proud of them for that.
Just looking at what they have on Florida State, what they have on offense, I mean,
weapons everywhere.
How do you guys go about even trying to start slowing that down?
Well, I think you do everything you can to put our guys in the best position within our scheme that we possibly can. Like you said, they've got, the quarterback's a tremendous player. I've known him since he was in high school and throughout his career, and he had a great first half against us when we played them in 2020. He popped off a very long run against us in that game. It's a play that they still run and that we're very aware of. He's tremendous with his feet. He's got a tremendous arm. He can throw off-balance passes. Certainly not going to compare him to Mahomes, but some of the out-of-position throws that he makes are special. And you look at their skill. Obviously they got a receiver that's 6'7", a receiver that's 6'4". They've got great players, so we've got to do everything we can to help our guys when they need to help, give them relief when we get a chance to give them relief, and try and do everything we can to get ahead of the chains and try and create a more predictable situation where we can make calls that fit what we know they're going to do.
What is special about Mike Norvell's offense, other than the fact they have great athletes?
Well, I think he does a great job of taking plays that hurt you earlier in the year. You'll see as you look at their film, there's plays that maybe they haven't done in previous weeks, and when you do a deep dive, he pulled that from a previous game that hurt that team. Like we're looking at film from Duke and Virginia Tech and plays that have shown up in that game. When you look back at earlier film from those teams, it's a play that hurt them. So he's got his base plays; they get really good at those. But he's very willing within his system to put a new play or two in if it's hurt you structurally. Right. So that's one of the things that Mike Norvell is really good at. And you got to tip your hat to the job he's done there from a recruiting standpoint and a culture standpoint. He's done a nice job.
So does that create some self-scouting of like, okay, how would I attack us?
It does, and we always do a self-scout. We always look at things that make us predictable or not predictable and try and break those tendencies. But you definitely go back and look at big plays. And then was it a big play because someone missed a tackle, or was it a big play from a structure reason? And you have to address those things quickly, because if not, Mike Norvell will.
How's Simmons been doing?
He's been doing good. He's getting better. He got a couple plays there late in the game. Got his feet kind of tangled up on one of those plays, but I'm happy with his progress. He's a redshirt freshman that's going to be a heck of a player for us.
Were you thinking or hoping that some of your young D tackles might be doing more, contributing more at this point of the season?
Well, when you have 3 6-year guys with the kind of experience that these guys have, I just want to see progress. I just want to see them continuing to get better, and I feel like the tide is rising, so I'm not disappointed at all.
You have to be careful with the pass rush because you have a guy like their quarterback?
Yeah, there's a balance, right? It's if you can't pass rush scared, but you have to pass rush smart. I mean, we certainly have rules with regards to our lanes, but if you start pass rushing scared and you just extend your hands and watch him back there, then you're creating other problems because the guy can throw the ball. So you definitely have to be very, very hyper aware of your lanes without pass rushing scared.
Curious, I know it's the other side of the ball, but do you remember looking at Jared Versen coming out of high school and then even when he was transferring out of Albany?
I do. You know, he's a heck of a player. I haven't really gotten a chance to watch him much in terms of what he's done there, but I know he's got a ton of talent, and I know he's having a great season.